This podcast contains adult language, descriptions of violence, sexual references, and other possibly offensive themes. Listener discretion is advised. Previously on Back to the Story.
It will be protected by these children of the serpent. I believe that is where it lies.
And they definitely know we're here.
And in that center, there's some walls that rise up. You see movement of some more of these creatures. But in the center, you can see where the thum of the beating heart is coming from. You see a massive form of a 8-chambered heart. Massive. And you can hear it beating. Oh my god, I almost forgot to roll initiative for the big beastie.
Huh?
The
That-
heart.
That's Klaus's nickname for Vlad.
Oh, I thought you were going a whole different direction with that.
I should also forgot to roll the initiative for Vlad. Oh,
You're welcome.
thank you.
I was bracing myself for the worst possible ending to that sentence. The big beastie, that's Klaus's nickname for it, please.
Please no. No. I'm glad Michael isn't here then.
Yeah, that would have
He would have
absolutely.
finished it.
I just
He wouldn't have
realized
felt the punch.
Are you guys ready? Alright, so as you guys rush into this chamber and see this sort of spiraling natural ramp that leads to this island in the center where there's a heart. Side note, if you've played Morrowind and you made it to the heart of Lorcan, it's basically that. But as you enter this chamber, you can hear the thum thum, thum thum, thum thum beating. It's loud and reverberating the chamber. The lava flows are circling, spiraling around. Every now and then, flames will burst up from it far below, lighting and casting a red hue to this entire room. And first up will be the heart, which will continue to thum thum, thum thum, thum thum, thum thum. You can hear beginning to speed up. The heart beating faster and faster, all 8 chambers. Getting louder and louder. And that will bring us up to Blue with Ball on deck. This guy's going to take a step out and try to... And a hit. This one steps back, fires 2 bolts. It's a disadvantage. Flying over towards you. You have partial cover from how the ramp is. And these 2 airs are flying by. That brings up to this one, who's going to do similar. That one might actually hit. And that is one of the arrows they're flying, slamming into the ramp and the wall beside you. One of them actually managed to slam into Vlad, and he kind of gets caught in between the plates of his armor, and he pulls it out. Didn't seem to make it all the way through. And that will bring us up to Ball, as you guys are charging down.
Am I already hasted? Would that be like a buff as we come in, or no?
No, I'll say no.
Shit.
They are well aware that you guys are here.
Ball with fire step around. Yeah, she goes through there. Just
What's your range on that? Because it's down also.
Okay, it's 60, but I can do things to make it larger.
Okay. So it's about 40 feet down as far as just pure altitude goes.
Okay, so I can burn sorcery points to make it double the distance. So with 120 feet,
That should be able to get you there.
Okay, if I want to get more in the center, so for example, if I wanted to move my character Ball here, it would normally be 70 feet.
I'd say
Like
you'd
this
be able to
square?
get there, but no further. But yeah, I'd say you'd be able to get there.
Okay, so that's where I will move to. Let me burn my sorcery points.
And so you burst into a streak of flame, rushing straight down towards the center, next to the beating heart. Anything else for you, Ball?
Yeah, I see 1,000 people, so I need to decide how to not die. I think I will just, I'm gonna bonus action attack this one in front of me, using my sorcery for burning. Actually, that's gonna be in my turn. Just end my turn then.
That'll bring us up to Vesper.
Okay. So Haste is going to have a 30-foot range, or just have Felix kind of keep pace with me? Because I'm going to run 30 feet on my movement. Is the heart... I don't know if that's a creature. So I'm going to cast Toll the Dead, or try to, on this sumbitch.
The one next to Ball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a wisdom?
That's wisdom.
10.
Not going to do it. Also no amazing. That's just 11 necrotic.
Okay.
And then I'm going to keep running another 30. So, just scooting down with my bonus, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us up to Vlad. He's going to... So that is a total of 20 as he runs towards the edge, and Vlad leaps off, flying in the air, slamming into the rock. Some of it breaks off, and he slides down a bit, but he's clinging onto the rock wall, is beginning to climb up. So he's on the edge, Mufasa style. That took all of his movement, but he jumped to the central island. And that will bring us up to Hamson.
Okay. So, let's see where I can get to. Alright. So, I'm gonna run up ahead about 25 feet or so, getting right up to the edge of this place. Oh, no, wait, he's down there, so that's like 70 feet. So I can't do that. So I'll run up 30 feet ahead, cast Expeditious Retreat on myself to get another 30 feet, catch up to Vesper, and then I'll use my action to dash for another 30 feet, get right up to the edge where it drops down.
What's Expeditious Retreat then? A reaction?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
But that's my whole turn.
Okay, so Hamson, you're sprinting down the ramp. That'll bring us up to Felix, who's going to do a similar thing. He's going to get there running, and as he does, he's going to reach out towards Vesper, who's at the edge of his range, but is going to cast Haste as that purple light kind of swirls around you. So, Vesper, you're currently hasted, and I'm going to put a little symbol here to let me know that he is concentrating. And that will bring us up to this. The heart that is pumping, almost floating in midair. There's a pool of blood beneath it that's kind of dripping from the severed aortas of the heart. And from it you see movement. You see something long kind of reveal at the cusp of the blood pool. Serpentining through it before you see a head start to reveal itself as a serpentine creature with a humanoid-esque face reveals itself. It hisses, looks to the left and the right before its hood reveals itself, sticks out suddenly, revealing the form of something like a cobra. It's huge, bigger than Vlad. It has bright red stripes on it, and has this blue scaled tone. You see these massive fangs dripping. This blood that once it hits the ground, it kind of bursts into flames. It's just looking around, looking towards Paul. So it is going to use its turn to basically get out of the liquid. And that will bring us up to this bad boy, who's going to fire at Ball. 15 and a 17 against you, Ball.
Both miss.
Okay. And that will bring us up to Ellery.
So I'm going to start by running up to where I have a better view of the situation. And okay. I think what I'm going to do is cast Storm Sphere at 6th level because I can, and I'm going to center it. So I'm going to center it right kind of in the middle of this, right here, right in the middle, which would hit Ball, but I'll use a sorcery point to let him automatically make his save.
Like that?
Oh, yes, now.
Okay.
So I guess I don't need to use the sorcery point to protect Ball from that.
Okay.
I thought I did.
But it needs to make a save.
Yes, it needs to make a save, a strength save.
So that is a 12 for a total of 26.
Yeah, that makes a save.
Okay.
So
It's a storm, and immediately steam is rising up between the rain hitting this burning heart and the blood pool.
it does not take any of the bludgeoning damage from the storm, but I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to send lightning at it. And that's with advantage because it's inside the sphere. Does a 27 hit?
Sorry, I was muted. That does hit.
Okay. And you know what? Just because this is fun and we are where we are, I'm going to use my channel divinity to make that max damage.
Okay.
So that is 24 points of lightning damage.
Okay. So this lightning bolt strikes immediately the creature, right? Not the heart.
The creature.
Okay, strikes the creature. In a burst of noise and rattling that temporarily deafens you as it is continuing to move out of the pool. A large, hardy creature. And anything else for you? Otherwise, that will bring us up to this.
I'm just gonna move back from the edge 5 more feet.
Okay. That the heart that's beating, that's now in the storm, is still doo-doo, 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 doo. There's a loud burst of noise from the heart, reverberating and shaking the chamber. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh no. That's a 4.
10.
God, we all fucked up with that.
23.
I think I'm gonna roll for Vlad as well. Vlad and Ellery, I think, are the only ones to save. Everyone else takes 6 points of thunder damage, and have to see if Felix maintains concentration since he took damage.
I gotta roll concentration on Expeditious Retreat as well. That's a con save, right?
Yeah.
10.
Okay, so you must just barely make it. Haste remains around you, Vesper. As this loud burst. Everyone else that failed, you take the damage, and you also are deafened. You cannot hear. You just hear that ringing in your ears. And that will bring us up to this guy who's going to drop the bow, turn towards Ball with a spear, and strike towards him. 22 and a 18 against you, Ball.
I will use my reaction for a shield, so it does not hit.
Okay, misses. That'll bring us up to this one, who's going to rush up to you as well, and attempt to you as well.
That might be with advantage because does that count as flanking?
Does not. 15 and a lower than that. So these two creatures run up to you, slinging spears that some of them are hitting your armor, and then others are being pushed away by this shield of fire that burst in front of you. And that brings us up to you.
To Ball?
Yeah, to Ball.
Getting a little surrounded here. I think Ball will use a bonus action. Ball will fire step again to a better spot. And he will fire step to this corner just out of range of this storm sphere. And from there, he will actually burn 2 sorcery points so he can attack this creature staring in front of me. That's right. Could you describe, I know that, the other creatures have kind of like a fiery vibe to them. Does this serpent-like creature also have a fiery vibe, or is it more thunder-like?
It has a fire vibe. It's this large cobra. It's maybe 40 feet long, uncoiled. It has blue scales with streaks of burning red. And those red scales are hot. And you can tell because the water and mist from the storm are steaming up against it. It has otherwise a somewhat humanoid face, strangely, as it turns, following you as you jump to the other side of it.
I'm assuming that fire damage that passed through it did nothing then.
It didn't seem to bother it.
Alright, okay, so then I'm going to attack using Booming Blade with Alvamur. I'm going to use my inspiration here to attack with advantage. For 28.
That right?
I'll put a second level smite into it, and I'll start with damage. Okay, so that's, I'll ignore the fire since it doesn't do anything. It's 18 bludgeoning, 14 radiant, and 12 thunder.
Can you say that one more time? 18 bludgeoning, 14 radiant?
18 bludgeoning, 14 radiant, 12 thunder.
As the hammer slams into its form, you can see these scales cracking, trying to resist against it. This is a hardy creature. It did seem to notice that, kind of hissing back, rising its head to kind of look down upon you, almost over you. Anything else, people?
I pray that he misses me.
As the serpent is coming out of the water towards, kind of hulking over a ball, that brings us up to Vesper. You're still currently hasted.
Okay, so hang on. So, Alex, what's the plan? Am I running or just getting to you?
Get to me and we'll flavor it as I use my reaction to tell you to stop so that I can grab you and we'll whatever.
Then I will move up to Amson. And I'm going to hold, I'm going to draw the dagger of returning and hold that until we arrive.
Okay. And that will bring us up to Vlad, who is going to, kind of holding the edge of the cliff, is going to shuffle to the right and is going to be able to climb up to the edge. That's all he can do now with his movement. But he's now standing on the edge of the inner island, looking down at this salamander who's turning to greet him. And that will bring us up to Amson.
Okay, and then I'm going to grab Vesper, and I'm going to dimension door us to the almost exact opposite side of this whole entire thing, kind of onto where that stone bridge is. That's close to where the heart is. There we go. We'll drop it. I'll drop us there. So that's my action. With my movement, I'll walk a little bit closer. Kind of behind this wallish thing here. Just a little bit. And then with my bonus action, I will... Actually, I'll just leave it there. That's my turn.
Okay. So you grab Vesper, dimension door all into the center island. Moving forward next to a wall, Vesper, you would...
I'm going to throw my dagger at the snick.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my inspiration because I want this to work. Great, and that's definitely not going to do it. Okay, does an 18 hit?
Just barely.
Hell yeah. So that will be... Okay. 6 piercing plus another 7 for sneak attack is 15. No, 13. That's how math works.
Okay. So you burst out of the dimension door with Amson as he runs off to the side. You throw the dagger, slips in between the scales, and before it even reacts to it, it appears back in your hand.
And I don't think I can do anything else because I just held that one, right?
Right, yeah.
Cool.
And that will bring us up to Felix. I'm just looking to see if he has a dimension door or if he would even want to be closer. He does have expedious retreat.
George is typing.
Oh my gosh.
George says get him within 60 feet.
Okay.
He says if that means standing in the lava, he's okay with that.
He did not say that.
Okay. So he either needs to run around, or let me see if he has a... Ooh, he could just fly. That would drop haste, though. Which would not be good. I guess he's gonna just run. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. He's gonna conjure Aeon, who's going to begin to move to where it can do something. And I don't think Expedious Retreat is a concentration, as far as I can see.
It is.
Oh, it is concentration, okay. Which wasn't marked here. Oh, it is marked, I'm sorry, I just didn't see it. I'm dumb. So I guess he's just gonna run. He's gonna put Aeon to where it'll be moving towards attacking, but otherwise he's just gonna sprint. Get him there. And big Aeon's here. Aeon is moving forth. That will bring us up to the child of Sadal, the great serpent, child of the Titan, living beneath the heart, who is hulking over Ball and is going to come at you. The tail that's still half submerged in the burning blood is going to come out, and that is a 29 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Dealing, oh boy,
I can pick my armor class, but I can't make it that high.
34 points of bludgeoning damage as the tail comes out and slams into you, knocking you back against the obsidian wall behind you. And as that happens, it is going to strike with its fangs. And that is a 31.
Just barely hits me.
And I'm going to roll this GM roll. That is 30 piercing damage as it strikes into you. And you're currently grappled in its mouth as he lifts you up into the air. Mito is trying to begin to swallow you. And that will bring us up to this guy, this boy.
It probably doesn't matter much, but it does still have to make a strength save since it ended its turn in the storm.
That is a 29.
Yeah, that makes a save.
Okay.
Just barely.
And then this guy is going to turn and fire towards Vesper. He's going to move a little bit in that direction. 11 and a 14.
Hell no.
Okay, so two large arrows as you duck and shift to avoid them. That brings us up to Ellery.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is send another strike of lightning towards that child of the Titan for 21 to hit. Yeah,
that hits.
And that will be 14 points of lightning damage.
All right. As it runs through its form.
My bonus action. And then for my action,
Hey, sorry, Ball Buddy, have you been rolling concentration checks on my Shield of Faith?
Oh, I just didn't for this round. I did it earlier.
Okay.
I'm going to try it now, but I have this feeling it's not going to go well.
It's probably not going to go well.
I did get advantage on it at least, but...
Yeah.
And it's the better of half the damage, right?
Yeah. I can't remember what I said the first time, 20-something.
Yeah, I think 19 will make it for the first one.
Yeah.
And then for the second one...
15 for the second.
So it fades.
Half of the damage or 10, right?
Whichever one's higher.
Whichever's
so
higher,
the second one hit me for 30, so it'd have to be 15.
Okay, great. This is fine.
Yeah, so as Ball grits his teeth against the tail, but as the bite grabs him and lifts him up, the shimmering around Vesper fades. Anything else for you, Ellery? You struck the creature with lightning, and then...
So I'm going to go ahead and now cast Chaos Bolt at, let's say it's 3rd level, and I'm going to use my DM inspiration on the attack.
And what are you attacking?
On the same creature.
Okay, yeah.
18 to hit.
That will just barely hit.
Okay. Then, why are the dice so complicated on this? 24 points of lightning damage.
Okay. As the shivering bolt shifts colors and finally hits it, it bursts in lightning, which scars its form. It's starting to show that it's taken damage, but it's still very hardy. And if there's nothing else for you, that will bring us to the top of the round, where the heart. And on that last burst, the heart from the severed aortas, blood flies in all directions into the air before cascading upon everything, raining down this burning blood. Everyone makes dexterity saving throws.
Dirty 20.
So, is that everybody in the whole space?
Yeah.
Okay. 16 for Ellery.
So that'd be 12 fire damage if you're resistant, down to 6. Vesper, you would make the save, so it would be half damage, and then halved again, unless you're doing your rogue thing. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have the rogue thing.
Okay.
I didn't level that high.
Okay, so 3 to you. Amson, you make it as well, so it's 6 instead. Or, I'm sorry, 3 because you're also resistant because of the Mantle of Ash. Ball, the blood rains down upon you while you're in its mouth, unable to fully dodge, but you're resistant anyway, so that's down to 6 fire damage. And nope, forgot to do Felix. Not good, but at least he's resistant. Anyone who's concentrating and took damage, make a concentration check, which I know is Felix. Ball lost his. I'm not sure if Amson has something.
I still have Expeditious Retreat, but I made it with a 18.
Okay. With an 8, Vesper's fates.
I do have Warcaster if you didn't roll with advantage.
I didn't. Do you want to roll with advantage?
Sure. My sheet is being very slow, but...
I'm going to close it out on my end. That's probably why.
Should I just roll or with advantage, or just roll one die and take yours?
I just roll with it. Yeah, with advantage, we'll say.
And how much damage did I just take?
6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
So 12 should make it, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 17 and a natural 20, so I think I'm good.
Yeah. So haste remains. George coming in clutch. I hope your interactive theater was good.
Yeah.
Was it cool?
Yeah, definitely. I'll geek out after the game, but it seems like I gotta figure out what the fuck's going on.
Okay, so haste remains as the heart pumping in the center rains down burning blood, and that will bring us... Yeah.
Question. Mm-hmm. Is the heart something that has to make a strength save for the storm sphere?
It seemed... I'll say it... You can just roll damage on it. How about that?
Okay.
That'll be easier. It doesn't really need to make a save.
5 points of
okay.
What damage?
Okay. Super effective because of cardiac arrest.
Yeah. And we're going to cardio convert it later. And that'll bring us up to this blue boy. He's going to drop his bow and try to stab Vlad as he's climbing up from the edge. Miss and a miss. Just driving into the armor, but unable to penetrate through. This one, seeing the ball is starting to be swallowed, is going to step over to the edge and fire on Vlad, this fire giant who's climbing onto the island. 16 and worse, the arrows are bouncing off of his heavy iron plate mail. And that will bring us up to you, Ball. You are grappled in its mouth, about 20 feet in the air as it's lifting you up, trying to swallow you.
If I wanted to attack, it would be with disadvantage, right?
Let me see if you're also grappled, because otherwise it would be no. You are just grappled. So no. It'd be a straight roll.
Okay, so I will attack with Booming Blade. That's a straight roll with Alvamer for a 17.
A 17, you slam it against these scales but aren't able to penetrate through. Hardened exterior.
Alright, and then as my bonus action, I am going to use my final 5th level spell to cast Far Step. It is a bonus action, and it allows me to teleport to up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space I can see. And on each of my turns before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action to do the same thing.
Okay. Where do you teleport?
I'm going to try to teleport for some cover.
Get your healer. Okay.
Well, I could, but then I'm out in the open. Maybe I can do a different kind of cover, where it's a bit of both. I should be able to get my body about there. So that's 45 feet. And then, I think, am I allowed to move now? Like, now that I assume I've cleared the grapple?
Yeah, you haven't used your movement.
I think I'm going to move behind the wall a little bit. And then kind of maybe look at Vesper and say, it's stronger than it looks. And then kind of get behind the wall. Just kind of taking cover and trying to regain my composure.
Okay. So as you're in this creature's mouth, halfway down its throat as it's trying to swallow you have you ever done Far Step before?
No, I haven't.
Do you burst into smoke? What's it look like?
I haven't thought of it. Yeah, maybe that's, at least in this moment, maybe that's kind of what it looks like, where you said it looked like the serpent was basically trying to consume me?
Yeah.
So maybe it seems like there's this struggle where Ball's trying not to get chewed open. And then there's a moment where it looks like suddenly the serpent has kind of won the struggle. And as the serpent starts to bite down, just Ball kind of vanishes and the serpent just basically smashes its teeth or whatever it has.
Yeah, so you're in its mouth and kind of using your arms to hold the jaws open, struggling against it, straining as we see it zooming in on Ball. And suddenly the mouth closes around him. And then the burst of smoke as you appear over there. Are you going to move or anything else for you, Ball?
Yeah, so I've moved just kind of behind this wall. I can still see Vesper, but basically I don't want to risk getting hit again.
That will bring us up to Vesper.
Beautiful. That was 25 to get to Ball. Gonna dart over to Ball. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level, because that's the best I can do for you right now without burning the one that we promised to save. So that is really good. Okay, perfect. 15 plus all my shit. Plus 4, so 19 back to you.
Thank you.
And 4 back to me, because I'm blessed. Hashtag. Okay, great. So that's my action. First action. I'm going to kind of pop back out. Yeah, I'm going to move back kind of to where I was. I'm going to do the dagger again at the snick for a natural 20.
Alright.
Alrighty. Which is 2d4 max damage. I love it. That's 12 piercing.
Okay. Popping back out, the dagger sinks into him before appearing back in your hand. As this hardy creature is starting to show signs of being worn down. And with my that's my action, hasted action. Got a bonus action. I'm just gonna get back behind with Ball over here. Okay, that'll bring us up to Vlad. Ellery, did you roll a concentration check for your sphere when the burning blood ring?
I got it to 12.
You're fine. Okay, cool. And that'll bring us up to Vlad, who is going to do it. Climbing up the side and facing down this salamander, he's going to grab towards him and attempt to basically throw him off the island Sovag takes the claymore in one hand, using it as offhand to grab the creature around the shoulder and arms, and basically spins and slings him back before dropping him. And that creature is basically in midair, tumbling back off of the island. That's his action, and then he's going to charge forward. So he can get foot. As he used some movement to spin and sling the creature off the island, and that will bring us up to Amson.
Okay, so I'm going to step out for a quick second and cast, let's hope this works, Blindness, Deafness at 3rd level, so I can get 2 of them. And I'm going to cast Blindness on the Snake Boy and Blindness on the Salamander closest to me. So they need to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay. So for the big guy, that is a 4 for a total of a 16.
Wow.
It's the Titan child.
That'll just save. My DC is 16.
The other one is a 9 plus something. I don't think it's going to be enough.
So it is blind.
Okay. And that was the green one next to you, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you use Bend Luck to reduce a save?
I'm just checking on that. I think I might be too far away.
I think you're probably too far away, but I'm not sure.
I don't have the distance written down on my sheet.
Yeah, I know I can't do anything about it, so...
All I see is when another creature you can see makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can use your reaction and spend 2 sorcery points. I don't see anything for distance.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything for distance. Otherwise I would have done it earlier. Yes, I would like to use Bend Luck on that.
Okay, so there's no need to roll because it'll bring it below a save.
Right.
Even if he rolled 1, so he is also now blinded?
Yep, Snake Boy is also blinded.
Okay. So the ball escapes the clutches as Amson comes out and blinds 2 snake creatures, the Child of Sadal and then a Salamander as well. Anything else for you, Amson?
So that's my action. I'll just move further back down the stone bridge, kind of away from the Salamander and the snake towards Vesper and Ball. But that'll be my turn.
And that'll bring us up to Felix.
Okay. So first, with my bonus action, I will move Aeon 20 feet. He cannot go through objects, so he does have to go around a little bit. Oh, come on, buddy. This computer's super slow. 1, 2, 3. I think this is where he can get, which is not close enough for him to do anything. So I will pick on Red Salamander here, and he is just within range to Thorn Whip. So I'm going to use my inspiration for the day to roll with advantage.
Go for it.
So that's 16 plus 9, so 25 to hit.
Hits.
So he is pulled 10 feet, and he takes 11 piercing damage.
Okay. And as Vlad is throwing one off, this thorn whip comes out, wraps around, and pulls him off the edge as he begins tumbling in the air off of the island down to the lava below.
And then I'm waiting for my computer to catch up on movement, but I'm just running up towards Ellery, and that's my turn.
Okay. And that will bring us up to the creature. No repeat saves, it looks like, on blindness. And so it is just...
At the end of each turn? For blindness?
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is going to move towards where it saw you last. 10.
And it falls off the edge because it's blind.
It is slipping partially off the side. And it's just going to snap randomly. So I'm gonna just we're near you. Oh. So I'll say it gets a chance to actually roll against you. That is a dirty 20.
I'm going to use luck, so it has to re-roll.
Natural 20 the second time.
Okay, I'm going to say
Wouldn't
that
it be at disadvantage for being blind anyways?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I did. The first one was disadvantage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose the dirty 20.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast shield so that it doesn't hit me.
Okay. So it's just striking almost randomly, no idea where you are, just by sheer luck. Rolling a 100 on D100, it happened to strike towards you. But as the mouth wraps around you, there's a sudden burst of arcane energy that shoves it back. At the end of its turn, con save. That is a 24.
Yeah, I guess that'll save.
As it is no longer blinded.
I can't see it anymore. Did it move outside of the sphere?
It did.
I'm assuming it did. Okay.
Yeah. Use the last of its movement to move towards you. Towards those three towards the side now that they can see again. And that'll bring us up to this guy that's blind, who is going to try to head off. Doesn't really know where he is, and is just going to strike randomly. Is just striking randomly, misses twice against Vlad, doesn't even hit him with the spear. And that will bring us up to Ellery. Make a con save at the end of his turn. That's a 2. Ellery, you're up.
Oh, okay. So I am going to move down this ramp a bit since I lost sight of the snake child thing. That was 20 feet, 25. Gives me a nice view. And first I'm going to use my bonus action to send another strike of lightning at it. Now without advantage since it's no longer in the sphere. 18? That hits, right?
Again, that would just hit.
Okay. And then constantly have to remind myself how many dice to use on this. Oh! I was using the wrong number of dice last time because I cast this at a higher level.
What level are you casting it at, 5th?
I cast it at 6. I used my highest spell slot for it.
So it'll be 66.
I should have been doing more damage to it already, but oh well. 24 points of lightning damage.
Okay. It strikes out again at the creature, beginning to wear it down. As this lightning hitting it over and over again.
Okay, and then I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt. Actually, no, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast this time. All 3 beams towards the Titan child.
Okay.
So there's a 19, a natural 20, and another 19.
Yeah.
So with the nat 20, that's going to be 4. Alright. 14 points of force damage.
Okay, as these blasts hitting it, starting to wear this creature down, is starting to look rough. Some of its scales are starting to be missing. And it's starting to drip blood of its own, burning and sizzling upon the ground. Anything else for you?
That will be it.
All right. And coming back to the top of the round, the heart is going to stop for a second. And then all 8 chambers are going to go and sling out burst of flaming, burning blood. So that is going to be... I need Ellery to make a dex save, Felix to make a dex save, Amson, Vesper, I think everyone, Ball. Actually, Ball and Vesper are fine. Vlad, and then another one towards Ellery, because you've been hitting it over and over again.
So do I make 2 dex saves then?
2 separate dex saves, yeah.
Okay. Well, the first was 11. second is also 11.
Wonderful.
So for Ellery, that is 38 down to 19 fire damage.
Okay.
Felix, that is 9 fire damage.
Do I roll Constitution separately for those?
Yeah, they would be separate. Amson, that is 19 fire damage, half to 9 because of your mantle, and Vlad's immune. Ball and Vesper, you are hidden behind that obsidian wall, so the fire hits it, but it isn't able to.
Was that why it was reduced down to 19 for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I rolled 11 on the first concentration check and 17 on the second.
Okay. So that'll be fine, and then fine, yeah, on both.
Okay.
And all right, so everyone's maintained, and that will bring us down to Blue, who head over heels falls into the lava. Red, head over heels from the thorn whip, falls into lava. And that brings us up to Ball.
Alright, feeling rejuvenated from Vesper's healing touch, and seeing Amson now having to go toe-to-toe with this big boy. Ball is going to step into the open, use his bonus action to teleport to the other side of the serpent, get about here, and then with his action he's just going to attack. I don't expect to get advantage because I don't think Emerson's close enough to flank. So just be a regular attack.
Yeah.
And that'll be with Booming Blade. I don't have any way to make it better, so fingers crossed. 23.
That'll hit.
I'm going to put a 4th level smite into it. Running out of spells here. So, fire doesn't matter, so 15 bludgeoning, 6 thunder. I'm going to use 3 charges of my Lay on Hands Burning Embers to do 3 radiant damage. And then it does 21 more radiant damage.
So, bursting into smoke to appear on the other side of the creature, slamming off armor into its side, and the scales shatter against the hit. You see this burning rune of fury of fire that's left for a moment, burning on its flesh beneath the scales. As you pull it away, you can hear the cracking of the massive titan bones beneath the scales as it turns, heavily wounded, to face you.
Ball will just kind of grit his teeth and kind of like get ready for its turn.
Okay, that brings us to Vesper.
Did I do damage against the heart from the storm?
I have it in mind, but don't worry about rolling it.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the snake first, so it needs to make a dex save.
18 plus... Not as good, 20.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then I'm going to run up and put myself in between it and Amson, and just try and drive my dagger into it with advantage, because I'm flanking with Ball.
That is first a 29 to hit.
Yep. I suppose I can't disengage.
51 points of damage.
I'm out.
Holy shit.
As you're running through its massive reach, it has time to see you behind and swipe its tail towards you, slamming on top of you and shoving you into the ground. As Vesper is unconscious. The dagger kind of tumbling just at the edge of its scales before reverting to her unconscious hands.
Okay, well that's my turn.
And that will bring us up to Vlad, who is going to, seeing the wounded Titan and seeing you, Ball, he's going to rush towards you. As he's rushing up to your side, Ball, he looks at you. Give it to me. Let me finish this. As he's holding his left hand out, Claymore still in the right hand. And that will bring us up to Amson.
Alright, well, this makes my decision easy. I'm going to use a my last 4th level spell slot to cast Dimension Door and grab Vesper, and I'm going to teleport to the complete opposite side of the heart in the center of this peninsula thingy over there. Actually, a little bit over here so that she's behind the wall. Yes, exactly like that.
Okay, dropping her unconscious behind the protection of the wall. Anything else for you?
Are we still deafened? Or did that only last one round?
If you failed, you're still deafened.
Okay, great. So I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not going to do that. That is my turn.
Okay, that'll bring us up to Felix.
Okay. So, I don't know what's useful for me to do. I guess I will use my action to intelligence overload information overload the salamander that Aeon's floating by. So he has to make an intelligence save.
That's a 10.
Great, and I'll just dump a 1st level into that to make it fun. Whew, those 3 are good, so that's 9. 23 plus 28 psychic damage. And the next attack against him has advantage. And then I guess I'm just gonna, scoot next to Ellery, continue to move Aeon, and just be like, can you get me in there if shit goes sour?
Do I have an option to respond to him right now, or do I need to wait?
You can say a short word or two, a few words.
Do you want to go down now or later?
I mean, if someone has to take hits from Vlad, I think I'm the only one who can.
Got it.
And that will bring us up to the child of Sadal that is going to, after taking that heavy hit from Ball, is going to...
I am also going to drop the concentration on haste so it doesn't affect Vesper this round while she's unconscious.
Okay.
Because I want my concentration back. Sorry, dear.
Okay. And that will...
Do I take the level of exhaustion?
It's not exhaustion, you're just stunned for a turn, but since you're going to be dead, I figured...
Beautiful, thank you, yeah.
Let's use this round.
Good.
That's a
good.
strong word. Let's not use that word.
So that is the tail swings around towards you, Ball, slamming for 24 to hit.
I guess I will use my reaction for shield. That's a 2nd level shield, which changes nothing except I'm really low in spells.
Okay, so the tail slams into the shield as its bite comes down. That is a 31.
Yeah, that hits.
As it bites down, you dealing 57 points of piercing damage, and you're grappled as it lifts you into the air. Still up?
No, but I think that other things are reactions. She reduces her hit points against a reaction. So I'm unconscious.
Okay. So the fire shield staves off the tail, but it comes down and begins to lift you into the air and begin to swallow you. Not all the way yet, but it's you're in its mouth as it's trying to consume you as the hammer falls from your hands. That'll bring us up to Green, who's a little dazed from the information overload, looking this way and that. Seeing Vlad is going to run up. Strike at advantage this time. Dirty 20, that'll hit. And even better, so that'll hit as well. Vlad will take some damage. Ellery, you're going to be on deck here in just a second. Ooh, as Vlad takes a good amount, good hit here. But as the 2 spears drive into Vlad's back, and that will bring us up to Ellery.
Oh, on Vlad's turn, I think he's inside the sphere, so he would have needed to make a strength save.
That is 18.
Yeah, so he's fine.
Okay.
So first thing I'm going to do is send a bonus action bolt of lightning out against that fucking snake. And I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos to get advantage on this. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a lot of people. Okay, let me do math for a second. 27 points of lightning damage.
How do we do this?
So I want that bolt of lightning to strike the back of its head, and I want the force from that to make it spitball out.
Okay. So as the lightning from the storm slams into its head as it's lifting Ball off the ground, it jostles the creature back, writhing in pain, twisting, serpentining around in a coil as Ball kind of falls, slamming onto the ground as the creature writhing in pain before falling back, twisting, coiling, smoking from the lightning strike, still burning from the back of its skull.
Okay, and then for my action, I'm going to grab Felix and thunderstep down to the island. I'm not sure how far I can get with the drop as well.
How much is your range?
90 feet.
Okay. So you can...
On the ruler, you can get 80 feet.
So, like...
it's about 30 feet down at that point, so it'd be closer to the edge over here.
Okay. So I'm gonna move down with Felix next to me.
As that thunderous slam echoes as you jump to the edge of the island. You see the snake coiling, smoking on the edge next to Ball's body, as Vlad is looking over both of them.
And that's it for my turn.
And that will bring us up to the heart, which is beginning to shake and rumble. And not just the heart, but the whole chamber now is beginning to... and stones are falling from the ceiling. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, as these stones are raining from the ceiling.
And the dead kids?
You ought to fail.
Yeah.
So it's only 7 bludgeoning damage as these stones fall from the ground. So Amson, you dodge some of them down to 3. Auto deaths fail for Vesper and for Ball.
Just one, right?
Just one. Yes, not a critical attack. Felix, you have to 3 damage.
I got a 10.
So you take the full, what did I say, 7?
7, I think.
Bludgeoning damage. Vlad takes the full 7. The serpent takes the full 7. Or not the serpent, the last remaining salamander. And I think that's everybody on the field. And that's a concentration check for the storm for you as well. DC 10. Okay. And that is the heart. And that'll bring us up to Ball. Another death save for you.
This is with advantage because of Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess it doesn't do advantage. Let me try again. So it's a 16.
Okay, so you're fine. 1 death fail, 1 death save. And down to Vesper. Death save. At advantage because of Pilgrim.
Thank God. Okay, that's an 11.
Okay, just succeed. 1 succeed.
God.
So
I'm
one
so
fail.
glad the first one was a nat 1. I would have died. Right.
And that will bring us up to Vlad. Looking down at Ball, still unmoving, and the serpent unmoving, looks over his shoulder towards the heart, still beating behind him, the chamber seemingly on the edge of collapsing. He drops the obsidian claymore, reaches down, and picks up Alvomer. Turns towards the salamander creature and takes a swing. Amson, you'll be on deck here. Those will hit. The two swings slam into this creature, knocking it back. It's still managing to cling to life, but just barely. As Vlad took two practice swings towards the creature before turning and almost ignoring it to face towards the heart. And that will bring us up to Amson. And actually, he's going to take a step of the storm. Amson, you're up.
All right. Well, I think it's only appropriate that I use my 6th level spell slot for a healing word on Vesper. So I'm going to do that. So many D4s. 1, 5, 9, 11, 13, 16, 20 points of healing. So that's my bonus action. Seeing that Vesper is awaking from unconsciousness, I'm going to run out around the corner and then use my bonus action to dash with Expeditious Retreat still. Kind of over here, across the way, across the island, kind of closer to Vlad a little bit, but that's my turn.
And that will bring us up to Felix.
Okay. So I see Vlad eyeing up the heart. So, am I within range yet? I'm going to scoot up a little bit as I'm running towards Ball. And I'm going to cast Sanctuary on the heart. So he has to make a wisdom save if he wants to try and attack it.
Okay.
And I'll just... with my action, I'm going to get there and Ray of Frost the salamander.
Okay.
So that is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
For 14 cold.
Kills it. The ice slings through its body as it is struggling to keep you all at bay from the heart, and dies doing so. Anything else for you, Felix?
That's my turn. I'll just kind of shout at Vlad. The prophecy spoke of Ball. If you're wrong, you could ruin everything. Don't do this.
Brings up to Ellery.
Okay, so I am going to, so I'm going to use my action to dash to get up to Ball going, well, I don't have to worry about going around the salamander at this point. But I'm gonna run up to Ball, and I will use 2 sorcery points to cast Cure Wounds as a bonus action at 5th level. So that should be... give me a second to add this all up. 21 points of healing to Ball.
Is that with your wisdom?
Yes.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
Ball, are you okay?
I don't think Ball's been hit that hard before. So, when you ask if Ball's okay, you just hear kind of, Ball's kind of groaning as he kind of like tries to wake up, or like tries to regain his composure.
And as Ball is regaining his composure on his back, trying to orient himself again, the heart is beginning to as the chamber is shaking, more rocks are falling. There's a sudden shift toward the right as the island is shifting and beginning to sink down. This chamber is beginning to almost collapse. The lava is flaring up with fire from below and from the heart and the blood pool. Even with the mantle, this chamber's heat is beginning to become unbearable. So everyone takes 4 points. It would be 8, but reduced down to 4 points of fire damage as the chamber is collapsing into fire. And that'll bring us up to Ball as your only
Important question. is the heart willfully doing this? Or is it just something that's happening environmentally? Because Sanctuary's tricky. If it's intending to harm, it is probably gone.
So it's coming from the heart, but it's not intentional. It's just happening.
Okay, then it may still be on. It's
okay.
Up to you.
There's no consciousness. It's just a will. And that will bring us up to Ball. So you're on your back as you kind of wake up, see Ellery above you, the smoking form of the child of Sadal to your left, Vlad standing ahead of you with Avamar in hand, staring down the heart. What do you do?
Am I still deafened from the things that happened before?
Yeah, still deafened.
So maybe that'll contribute to why I groaned at Ellery. Ball will get to his feet. He's going to kind of assess the situation now and realize what's supposed to happen next, and sees Vlad holding Avamar. So Ball's going to look at Vlad. With his bonus action, he is going to, I guess, let me just message you something really quick so I don't screw up this flavor.
Is our hearing coming back, girl?
You think it's going to be coming back shortly.
Jesus, God, okay.
Was I deafened? I don't have a thingy, but I missed that part of the battle.
Honestly, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure you said that, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You can do that as an interaction, but you would have to do it.
Okay, yeah. So maybe he's Ball surveys the situation, sees what's going on, gets to his feet, and you see him kind of call out to Vlad up ahead. Vlad. And as he does, Ball reaches onto his bicep and starts to twist the crown off of his arm. And then he puts the crown on his head, and as he does, it bursts into flames. And then, looking to Vlad, he says, "Give me the hammer." And with the word "give," he's going to cast command.
Okay. And is that wisdom saving throw?
Yes. And I assume it uses my DC?
Yes.
Oof.
Vlad looks over his shoulder towards you. Charcoal, beard, burning yellow eyes. And I'll say at this point, all of your hearing is coming back. And you can make out what Ball was saying through the ringing in your ears as you're recovering. And Vlad looks at you. "This is bigger than you, brother. I am sad to see you go." And then turns to face the heart, taking a step forward, lifting the hammer above his head. But first, Vesper, or was there anything else for you, Ball?
I have 10 feet of movement. I don't think I can do anything with that. I guess with the movement, I just try to get kind of in between them. Between the heart and Vlad, but obviously I won't be able to. Will moving through him count as half movement?
He's not going to let you.
Right. So can I move anywhere on this map? Being a 2x2?
You could go back. You could stand on the body of the serpent partially, because it's now on the ground, right? So it's not taking up that full space.
I guess I would have to, I can't sit here, right? In his square. So
right. I mean, you can lay there, but if you're going to stand up, you're going to have to shift to one.
Right. Okay, so I guess I'll just end
back
up there.
or to the right. Okay.
That'll probably just be where I'll be, and that'll be the end of my turn then.
Okay. Wearing the crown, burning, spoken to Vlad, who ignores it. Now brings up to Vesper with Vlad on deck.
Hearing all of this happening, I'm going to get up to 15 feet, 20, 25, 30. And I am within range to cast Calm Emotions. centered on Vlad.
Okay. Is that everyone in a certain radius?
It's within a 20-foot radius sphere. But I'm choosing the effect of making it indifferent about creatures of my choice that it is hostile towards, which is going to be us and the heart.
Okay.
He's just going to chill the fuck out if he fails this whiz.
And okay, so that is a 14.
Not going to do it. So he fails. So he's chill.
Okay. Are we all chill then?
You can choose to succeed, or you can choose to fail, or you can try and get over it.
That's a charm, though, right?
I don't think so. Oh, it's a charisma save. I'm sorry. Is that worse? I hope.
No, that's 17 now.
Fuck. Okay, well that's gonna make it.
Well, it's not chill. Or I'm sorry, Vlad is not chill.
God damn it! I was so happy. Fuck. Okay. Seeing what that's not working, that's my action and my movement.
Ball's not chill either.
I'm just dropping it. It's fine. If I see it not working, I'm just gonna lose concentration.
Ball. You legend, double natural 20s on the Christmas.
Now that it doesn't fucking matter, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Still, it's noteworthy. That's awesome.
Fuck.
The ball is definitely not chill.
Yeah.
Is it because you're on the elemental plane of fire, or?
I mean, probably. Oh shit! I don't.
What are you doing? You cast your spell.
I'm not hasted anymore.
And that's an action, so you have your bonus and movement. And
I've used my movement. I've used all my movement.
So you have bonus.
Are we going to start healing the heart? Is that what is going to happen?
No, I don't have anything I can cast because that was my spell. So I think that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm just going to call out to Vlad and say, this isn't right. You have to stop, please.
That's going to bring us up to Vlad, who is facing down the heart. And that's a wisdom save on Sanctuary?
Yep.
What's that do? Okay. 26 to hit, and a 19 to hit.
Does he have to roll wisdom every time he attacks?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes.
Okay. So the second time is a dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So he slams with Avalmar once, twice, into the heart. And there, where he hit, leaves this burning rune that, Ball, you saw briefly on the Child of Sadal, of that rune for fury fire. That rune that halfway means elemental flame and halfway means like rage, passion. And there are 2 runes burning on the heart. And 6 of the 8 chambers of this heart just lock up. It seems that 1 more would shut it down. But that is his turn.
I'm going to drop Storm Sphere.
Okay. That will bring us up to Amson as the storm begins to fade away.
So hopefully this'll work again. I'm gonna cast Grease underneath Vlad with my last first level spell.
Is that a dex save?
It is a dex save.
12 minus... Oh no, he actually has a okay save. 15.
That'll fail. Just barely. So he is knocked prone.
Okay. So as he adjusts his stance for a final swing, the grease appears below as he slips back, falling onto his back. The chamber is still shaking. The heart still trying to pump with 2 of 8 chambers remaining.
Can I start hearing now? Am I able to hear now?
Yeah. Everyone started hearing when Paul started to speak and put on the ground.
Okay, I'll step out of this little crevice that I'm in, and I will inspire Ball with my bonus action, picking up all of my actions. That is my last bardic inspiration. And for Ball, I'm gonna say, Ball, this is time to realize your destiny. This is your chance. This is your time. Do what you need to do.
And that will bring us up to Felix.
Okay. Felix will just get right next to Vlad, and he is just going to prepare to help Ball with his action, versus like prying the hammer out of Vlad's hands. I don't know what my tiny little fingers are going to do, but I'm going to help. I have that weird history feat that lets me do things.
Okay. Right,
and with my bonus action, I'm going to pop another Sanctuary on Ellery because her positioning is making me really fucking nervous.
All right, and that will bring us up to Ellery.
So that might not have been necessary because I'm moving out of the way. I'm going to move up right in between Vesper and Amson first. And then from there, I should still be in range. Yeah, so from there, I am going to cast Reduce on Vlad. So,
is that a save?
Yeah, he has to make a Constitution save, and I'm ready to use Spend Luck.
Okay. So that is a 11 plus 10, so 21.
That's too much for my Bend Luck to do, so that fails.
So trying to reduce him, but he's too focused, passionate, focused on the heart. Anything else for you?
Let me just check my distances real quick. I am going to cast Healing Word at Ball, on Ball, at...
Are you using sorcery points to be able to do this? Because you just cast a spell.
It's a bonus. Oh, right. Yeah, I have enough left, so I'm going to do it that way.
Does that let you do that? I'm not familiar.
It would be to cast the enlarge. Oh wait, no, I can't. So that would be 2 bonus actions.
So you could cast a bonus action cantrip, or otherwise that might be your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, that will bring us up to the start of the round, which is the heart, as the island is starting to tilt, list to the right a little bit. The bridge that kind of connects these two halves of the island is starting to crumble and break, crack, as it's beginning to sink downward towards the lava. And again, the heart bursts with those last chambers. Flames, this time because it's locked up, just in a radius around it. Everyone's pretty close, so everyone takes 4 points of fire damage. That's 8 reduced to 4 because of your mantles. Make any concentration checks as necessary, and otherwise that will bring us up to Ball.
Is there anything I can do to kind of like try to grab Abelmer out of his hand?
You can. It'd be like a 2-step grapple. So you could like grapple his arm and then try to grapple Avelmer away. So you'd start by like trying to grab him and grab at it.
But he would, just so I have the rules right, because it could matter here. If he's grappled, he's still free to attack the heart, correct?
Correct, unless he's pulled out of range, which is half of your movement speed to drag him.
And then if I pull him out of range, on his turn, he can break the grapple and then go attack it.
He can attempt to break the grapple and then go attack it. But breaking a grapple would require one of his actions. I'll say you can try to go straight for Avelmer instead of doing the 2-step, which would be kind of normal, but he's going to have advantage.
So, wait, I can go straight for Avelmer for the grapple thing, but he'll have advantage on the roll.
Yeah. Or rather, I'd say you would have disadvantage and he would just have a straight roll. Because you're going for a specific target and not just him in general.
But isn't he prone? Doesn't that give... Is that just dex checks?
Yeah, he is prone.
No, that's a good point. He is prone. I don't know if would affect... Yes, it wouldn't affect... It would affect his attack rolls. And he would still have to, like, stand up to be able to get back to the heart, which would take some of his movement.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. normally, because I have the level of exhaustion, I should have disadvantage on the roll, since it's an ability check. Since Felix is helping me, that should negate that, and it should be a straight roll. Okay, so...
Plus a D4 as I lecture you on historical arm wrestling.
Plus I have inspiration from...
Amson, yeah.
Amson.
And I can use Bend Luck one more time.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to try to go for broke and try to take the hammer out of Vlad's hands.
Okay. He's on the ground. As you get to your feet, reach down for the weapon. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
I'm going to try to do this all in one roll, so that way it's a bit more suspenseful.
Can I use Portent on Vlad?
You can.
He rolls a natural 9.
Okay. That's good, because he rolled a natural 18.
So just so I have this right, oh, he rolls a freaking natural 18. Okay, but that's okay. It's back to a 9 though.
Back to 9, yeah. So he would have rolled really well, but
I have a 1d20 plus 7 athletics plus 1d4 plus 1d8. Am I missing any other bonuses?
So the 1d4 was from Bend Luck.
No, that's from my historian feat. So Bend Luck.
I add another 1d4.
Bend Luck can be after the fact. I guess I don't need to use inspiration necessarily.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
You could theoretically save it, because you would technically still have to beat my sanctuary. Sorry, it's also going to affect you. I can't control it.
You see what you roll, and then go from there.
Okay, so this is going to be my 1d20 plus 7 plus the guidance thing, or whatever it is, from Felix's. So I'm going to hit enter. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. You grab onto Avelmer. And is that with your inspiration?
No, I have not used my inspiration yet.
Okay, so he rolled a 9, and he has a plus 11 to athletics. As you grab onto it, try to pull away, he's resisting, so he has a total of 20.
So then I can use inspiration now, right? Or
Yeah.
Or if you want to Bend Luck, I don't know which one I should use.
Go ahead and use the inspiration. Use my Bend Luck.
And then if it's only a 1, then use the inspiration.
Yeah.
Roll that for you.
Good Ball and Vlad both have hands on Avelmer, trying to pull it from one another.
Plus 3.
As the hammer slips from Vlad's grip, and Ball has it once more, standing above his half-brother on the ground. What now?
I'm going to use... I can't move, eh? If Vlad's on the ground, I still can't step over his space, right?
You can try, but he might try to get after you. So he doesn't have a weapon, but he still has his reaction, is what I'm getting at.
I'm going to let him try, and then I might do something otherwise.
Did you lose Far Step?
Yeah, I went unconscious, and I'm pretty sure it's a concentration. I guess, what I'm thinking here as out of character is I'm trying to see if I can get a hit in on the heart this round, or I take the safer action and I just move to the other side of the room and try next round.
What are you doing, Ball? You just grab the hammer.
I'm going to try to walk up to it to see if I can attack it. And then that's my move, so if I need to use an action, I haven't used it yet.
Okay, so as you move, he's going to use attack of opportunity and try to grapple you instead. So athletics check. As he's struggling, trying to get up from the feet, but is still greased on the ground. Flips over to it.
Disadvantage for me, so it's an 11.
He rolls a natural 15. That's a 26. So he grabs onto you, keeps you in place, kind of wrapping his arms around your legs. But that's all he does.
And that's where I'll bonus action and just move to the other side. With a fourth level, my second last fourth level. Bonus action using my sorcery points. And then I'll just move to the other side using, I think kind of slip through his grip. I'll just fire step across.
Okay, bursting into flames as his hands and grip kind of slam together as you're suddenly not there.
I'll move basically like to the farthest point, like so he's not close to me.
Yeah, I got you. And
maybe I'll be in range. Yeah, sure.
Is that your turn, Ball? Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing else left.
Bring us up to Vesper.
I hurt everywhere, so I'm gonna use a potion of healing and try to not die. Because everything hurts.
Okay, so chugging either an action or bonus action.
I think it's an action.
One.
So it's my action. Fuck. While he's on the ground, I'm going to try and Sacred Flame.
So that dex.
Yep.
Okay, so 19, but he has disadvantage. That's a 2 for a total of 5.
Not going to do it. So that will be 17 radiant damage.
I'm trying to get to his feet. Anything else for you, Vesper?
No, I'm just going to take a step closer to Ball and roll my healing.
Okay. That will bring us up to Vlad, who is going to get out of this damn grease trap. 15, 5, and 2.
When he takes his step out of my reach, I'm going to cast a spell at him.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
So he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Not great. That is 10 total.
He fails. So he's going to take 3d6 plus 5 psychic, and he immediately has to move his reaction to move as far away from me as possible. His full speed.
Okay. And how much damage does he take?
Yeah, forgot that part. 15 psychic damage.
His feet, growling at Ball. Give it to me, brother. Let me finish this. You cast your spell. As he hears these whispers in his head, suddenly staring wide-eyed at Felix, backing off away from him, kind of half skipping over to the nearly crumbling bridge, just slowly backing up, no weapon in hand, staring at Felix. That's the end of his turn. It brings up to Hampson.
Okay. I'm gonna board the staff like Harry Potter and fly over to Vesper, and I'll grab her and pick her up on the staff.
Wait, how's Ball getting out of here?
He can take care of himself, right, Ball? Come on.
He Ball's too focused to even kind of look in your direction. Like he's holding the hammer, and just kind of staring at Vlad and staring at the heart.
Vesper, I've got him. Go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get on then if Felix says that.
Alright, so I've only got 5 more feet of movement after that, because it slows down after 2 people are on it. But that's... I'll use my action to dash out, actually, so I can get us a little bit farther. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay. In the crumbling chamber, that'll bring us up to Felix. And Felix, for that spell you just cast as Vlad is staring at you, what does that sound or look like to him?
I don't think he knows that Aeon would flash behind me and there'd be that aura of pink light surround his head for a moment, and then they wouldn't know, I wouldn't even know what he hears. I imagine it's disappointment from his father.
And that brings us up to you.
So Felix is going to very quickly, hoping Ellery's going to be able to chase me, run around to where Ball is. He's going to pull a scroll out of one of his various holsters, a rope from his belt, and cast Rope Trick. So there is now a floating rope that's just going to dangle, and it'll hover there for the next hour. So Ball at least has something to grab onto.
Okay. And that will bring us up to Ellery, unless you had anything else.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Ellery.
I am going to run up next to Felix and cast Enlarge on Ball so that he can have advantage when he tries to hit the heart. And then I'm just going to say, Ball, can you get yourself out of here?
I mean, normally I think Ball would answer, but I think Ball is just too intense, like too in the moment right now. It's kind of like Ball and Vlad and his destiny.
So I'm just waiting and watching Ball.
Okay, that brings us up to the top of the round as the heart. The last two chambers are throbbing, flames shooting out, the chambers collapsing, rocks falling from the ground, the island sinking, crumbling towards the lava. The island in the center is now pretty heavily slanted. I need everybody that's standing on it to make a dexterity saving throw.
Vesper and I are on the staff, so we don't need to make it, correct?
No, you're fine.
9.
16.
Doesn't Large help at all with dex saves? It's just strength.
Not
No,
on
it's
dex,
strength.
yeah.
Oh, that's a 3. I'm not going to use inspiration on that.
So Ball, Felix, and Vlad actually, as the island shifts to lean more heavily to the right, like a sinking ship, you all fall prone, gripping onto the rocks to keep from sliding off. Ellery, you manage to keep your footing. And then everyone takes 4 points of fire damage. That's after it's been reduced. And that will bring us up to Ball. You can see the cracks now in the ceiling are beginning to widen. The rocks falling are larger as this chamber is collapsing. The heart, the rhythm thrown off, but still pumping. See Vlad gripping at the rock, looking at you. Don't do it, brother. They'll lie to you. You are a son of a witch. You are no son of Vladas. He's just growling, trying to keep from falling off.
I think Ball just ignores him completely. Ball's going to try to get to his feet. Okay. That's okay, just half my action, right? Or half my movement.
Half your movement, yeah, you get to your feet.
And then Ball is going to try to swing at it with Albumer.
Okay.
I think I first have to do a wisdom roll. Is that correct?
The sanctuary up.
My understanding is
it doesn't go away unless the thing attacks, so short of spurting that flaming shit at us again, I don't think it's going to do that.
An ability check or a saving throw? Because I have one level of
saving throw.
Okay, that is very good.
So, remember that inspiration, sorry.
Okay, so a wisdom saving throw. What do I have to beat?
17.
Okay. Here goes. 14, and then I will use my inspiration.
I'm sorry.
Then I will bonus action use sorcery points. Can I? What?
I still have enough sorcery points for one more bend luck.
You can get at least a 2.
Yeah, okay. Let's all pray to our various deities.
Yeah, so Ball standing at the edge of clutching his destiny.
That's a 4.
Ball, you can take a swing. Inspired by your friends, by Amson. Magical energy heightening, like static around you from Ellery. The heart, in time with your own heart.
This is still going to be a Phoenix strike. And then
Vlad is yelling now, but you can't hear what he's saying. You just hear the pump of the heart, the beat.
Alright, so here goes. That's an actual one.
You swing the hammer through the air, and it hits the heart, but you hit where the chambers are already locked up, and it, as it pumps, it slings your arm back once more. You slips from your grip and kind of falls to the ground next to you as you're staring up at the heart.
Is this where I can use my bonus action to attack again?
You can attempt to grab the heart and make another wisdom save against Sanctuary.
Wisdom save. Straight roll, nothing to help me out. 17.
Just enough as you scoop up Avalmer one more spin and swing.
27.
That'll hit. As a third rune will come online and the chambers will stop. What does this look like as Ball is making the swing and hitting?
I think it's, like you said, Vlad is yelling at Ball and kind of telling him that it's not Ball's place to do this. And you see kind of, the first time Ball goes to swing and just, it totally misses. And then there's that moment where Ball is thinking, maybe it isn't Ball's place to do this. And then he just kind of, he takes a moment and looks around and he sees, his party members and his family, looking at him and just kind of with this kind of anticipation and kind of hopefulness. And that's where he grabs the hammer again, and just locks eyes with Vlad as he smashes the hammer into the heart. And then looks at him and says, "It is my destiny, not yours."
And so we see as Ball, you scoop it up, taking the swing, locking eyes with Vlad. We see time dilate as he's trying to get to his feet, reaching his hand out, but he's too far, yelling. The words falling on deaf ears as the thunderous slam of Avalmer into this Titan's heart locks up the last two chambers of the heart. As a third and final Fury Fire rune burns upon it, the heart locks up and then begins to solidify into stone. The chamber around, which was already vibrating, shakes further. Large pieces of the chamber ceiling are beginning to crack loose and fall. The bridge that Vlad is on begins to crack and break as he's tumbling down. And then the heart, one last burst as the solidified stone Titan heart explodes. Burning rocks of this heart fly in all directions like shrapnel. You shield your faces from it as these pieces burn and scrape, leaving marks upon your skin. As you see Vlad kind of tumbling down, as the secondary island slips and falls down into the magma, and this island is not far beyond it. As you guys orient yourselves again after the explosion of the heart, Paul, you can see the Fury Fire rune on Avalmer burning greater. Felix and the rest of the scale standing next to Ball, you can see the rune on his chest glowing, burning bright, and shifting, moving, the language changing, the chamber's collapsing. Vlad is grabbed onto the side, is trying to climb up. How do you guys escape?
Ball, grab onto the rope and into the pouch. There's the sphere. Start concentrating.
Am I able to here? Does everyone... I guess Ball looks around. Does everyone else have a way out?
Yeah, I'm grabbing Felix, and I'm going to...
Before she's doing that, he's just reaching out to Ball and giving him some healing. 15 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually, my call out to Ball is gonna also be a healing word. Are you okay? Just at first level, because I'm dying.
I was also going to do the same thing.
Great. We all healing word. We all heal Ball.
As we leave you dangling on a rope connected to nothing in the middle of the lava pit.
Fine.
Well, he gets 3 points of healing from Ellery.
Well, this is going to go differently than you guys expect.
13 from Vesper.
But yeah, I'm grabbing Felix and using the cape to dimension door as far as I can towards the exit.
So we're going to do this like a kind of skill challenge based escape. So the first challenge is to get out of this chamber as quickly as possible. I'll say dimension door just auto succeeds. So both of you guys are out of this chamber. Boom, one success. Amson and Vesper, are you guys flying out Okay. Amson, I'll say make a driving check, which I'll say could be like dex. It could also be intelligence, like understanding the staff enough to know its like limitations and how fast it can turn, that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm going to say it's intelligence because that's a better roll for me. I get Jack of all trades because Amson's good at everything because he's a bard, so that's an extra
Can
plus
I try
2.
help at all?
I don't how I'm
No,
not sure how.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I haven't
it's in there.
proficiency in history. I don't.
Probably not. Okay, so Amson, make your roll.
So that's plus 5. Okay. I'm going to use luck because this seems like a good time to use luck. I totally missed the box. I literally threw that second die literally under my desk. That's a 24, though. 19 plus 5.
Okay. So as Ellery and Felix dimension door disappearing in smoke out of this chamber and into the hallway above, Amson and Vesper, you begin to fly upon the staff, twisting and turning, trying to dodge the large boulders of the collapsing chamber, dodging to the right and to the left, flying over the ridge as these large rocks slam down behind you. So you get out of the chamber flying. Ball, how do you get out?
How far do I need to move to be out of here?
It's less about like counting individual feet and more of like how do you do it? Like, are you just running? Are you using spells to supplement it?
Okay.
Or doing more of a skill challenge type thing.
I think what Ball does here first,
you also have that rope, whatever, for that.
Certain advance if this backfires, but it's what Ball would do. Ball is going to reach into his pocket. He is going to pull out a potion of climbing, and he's going to call over to Vlad and say, Vlad, I can't drag you out, but I hope to see you back home. And then Ball will throw the potion of climbing towards him, and he'll look at the rope and say, this will help you. And then Ball is going to use his final sorcery point to double the distance on his fire step, his final 4th level spell. And actually he's got, his final 4th level spell. And that gives him 120, but I don't know how this current situation here looks like.
So that'll auto get you out of this chamber as well, we'll say. So you toss the potion towards him as it slides to a stop next to the sinking island as he's on the edge trying to climb his way up. Staring at you, you can see he's sorrowful. His eyes kind of shaking, half burning, but half in despair, as much as there is anger. And you can hear him before you leave under his breath. Could you see what they did to you? As you burst into flames and streak across and exit the chamber. As you hear the chamber collapsing behind you, as you all are kind of joined up now running through the into the spiral staircase. Everyone make a, we'll say athletics check to charge your way up. Except for those flying, you can just...
Thank God.
You're good, yeah.
We're the nerds, please.
Yeah, so you guys kind of auto-pass as well as you're just flying around.
I'm going to use my Thunder Step to take Felix and I another 90 feet.
Okay. So I'll say both of you all auto-pass. Ball's beginning to fall behind as you guys get to the top of the spiral staircase and get to the hallway, which is beginning to crumble. There's some rubble in the way that's fallen down. It's kind of blocking the path in some ways. How do you get around it? Do you try to squeeze through? Do you try to move it out of the way?
This is for Ball?
So this is for all of you. So Ball, you've fallen behind. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as these rocks are beginning to fall on you as you're climbing up the spiral staircase. Everyone else has reached the top as Ball, you're catching up. And down this hallway towards the exit, some rubble is collapsed as the rest of everything is collapsing, and the rubble is blocking the way. So how do you get through it? Are you trying to squeeze through a small crack? Are you trying to lift and move it? Some other method?
I think Ball is still enlarged, so he's not squeezing through anything. Ball is going to try to kind of make space, move the boulders out of the way.
I think we all just kind of get to the sides as Ball's charging up behind us.
Okay. So athletics check for you, Ball.
And this
Clears.
time he does have advantage.
He does have advantage.
Well, I
Which
have
is a straight
extraction,
roll.
so it's going to be a straight roll, exactly.
Okay.
So it's an 11.
The going is slow as the rubble is beginning to fall and hit on your shoulders. Anyone else have any ideas?
Can I bash myself against it and use my repulsion shield? Because I don't think that's been up yet.
Yeah, you can start to clear out some of the rocks there.
I could also try and use Thunder Wave against it. I don't know if that would be effective.
You can try. I'll say Felix, if you want to try that, Felix, you can make a spell attack roll, and Ellery, if you want to try, you can do the same.
That is an 18 for Felix.
Okay.
16 for Ellery.
Okay. So, slow down as Ball's exhausted trying to clear it. So if some rubble falls on you, you all take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. But between Felix repulsion shield blasting away and then the thunder wave sliding the last bit of this rubble away, you clear the way and begin to sprint down the collapsing tunnel again. You can hear behind you as the tunnel is collapsing. The hallway behind you, and the sounds are getting closer and closer and closer behind you as you're making it the last way. Everyone give me a constitution check as you're breathing heavily in and out, running out of breath if you've been sprinting after fighting a titan.
What about the flying people?
You guys are fine.
Okay, thank God. Can I look to Ball, though, and just go, is he going to make it?
Is Ball going to make it, or is...
No, Vlad.
Okay.
But I say it to Ball and Giant.
That's a check, not a save.
We'll say a save. Yeah, we'll say a save.
Ooh, that bumps it up to a 16 for me.
12 for me.
If you take my first roll and it's a save, then it's a natural 20. I thought it was with disadvantage, so otherwise the other roll was an 18.
Okay. So with Amson and Vesper flying ahead on the staff, followed by Ball and Felix charging ahead, breathing heavily but pushing themselves past it, we have Ellery starting to fall behind the last little bit. The dust is now catching up to you from the collapsing behind you, Ellery. You're starting to cough. As you take 2 points of damage from the stone and ash and soot in your lungs, and from the rocks and pebbles landing on your shoulders and legs as you guys sprint out of the exit and into the fireplane. You see the burning sky, the red, burning, angry sun, as behind you hear the collapsing of the entrance behind you.
I left Aeon in the chamber. If I blink my vision back to him, is there anything? Do I see if Vlad's still kicking?
You just see stone in every direction.
All right, I'll
see some burning and stuff, but can't really see anything.
Okay.
Do I see you kind of go in there? When you switch to Aeon's vision, is it kind of everyone can tell?
You guys would probably notice. I will duck my head so it's not as obvious, but my eyes do glow pink a little bit.
So maybe Ball will look at you and kind of to Vesper's question, Ball looks at you and says, or looks to Felix and says, I told him to go on the rope. Did he make it?
I don't know. It doesn't look like anything did.
I don't have many spells left. If I use this, I can't cast Revivify if something goes wrong. But I can try and cast Sending and see.
Well, he's not hurt by fire, right? So the lava, he might have gone down as opposed to try and climb out. He might be searching for another way.
Tomorrow, then I can try tomorrow.
Are we all out, or are we still...
You've all come out and are kind of entered into the boneyard again. You look behind, the entrance has collapsed, and some of this mountain range of bone has sunk a little bit. But yeah, otherwise you're out and on the fire salt ash fields once more.
I think I just, at this point, I drop enlarge and just reach up to touch the back of Ball's hand.
I think as you drop enlarge, you see, like, almost at the same time, Ball just kind of kneels down.
I'm gonna hop down off. I'm gonna hop off the staff and go over and just hug Ball as tight as I can.
I think, Ball just kind of continues to kind of kneel there. If it wasn't for his heavy breathing from running out, he would just be silent.
I think Ellery whispers that phrase again that she learned in Giant. I'm with you.
Look, I recognize that this is not the time, but we shouldn't stay here. We're hurting, and this is a dangerous place.
Yeah, I'm in pretty bad shape right now.
Yeah, so am I.
Let's find a place to rest.
Ball nods, gets up, and kind of, I guess, like, puts his, like, kind of pats both Ellery and Vesper on the shoulders. And then, starts to try to lead the way.
Okay. And as you've escaped as you've entered into the bone corpse of a fallen titan, slain its child, overcome Vlad, your brother, and destroyed the heart of the titan, taken in its blood, holding Avelmer, and marked with a new rune. You guys then have made your escape from the collapsing chamber back into the boneyard once more of the fire salt fields, and that is where we're going to pick up next. You guys did it. That was tough.
As we walk, can I see what Ball's runes say?
It's not a word, but before it was fire. But the runes have shifted to where it's not a giant rune anymore. And it's not quite Ignan either. It's another language that shares characteristics of both, but is neither. You're not sure what it means or what it represents.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Back to the Story. For notifications when an episode goes live, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. Download the app of your choice and subscribe or favorite us there. We also have a YouTube channel called Back to the Story, an actual play podcast. If you'd like to contact us, you can tweet us at back2_the_story. If you can't fit it into 280 characters, you can always email us at thebonfirefables@gmail.com. And if you'd like further information about the campaign, the player characters, NPCs, or behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, follow us on either Twitter or on our Tumblr, back-to-the-story.tumblr.com. Lastly, if you'd like to support the show, feel free to buy us a coffee at ko-fi.com/backtothestory. We'll see you next time in Northville.